Okay, so yeah, we're live. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new day with Hello World Hacks powered by GDG on campus RCCIT and RCC Techs. And as we know about our today's session, it's about cybersecurity, the current rise in cyber issues that all over India we are facing, or all over the world, if we say. It's something that's going uptrend, and to us it's very much important. In nowadays, maybe 10 years back it was not at that level, but in today's time things has much evolved. Things have got lot trickier, lot riskier, and for that we have today with us Anurag Roy. He is currently a second year student, if I am not wrong, because I have known him for last 2 to 3 years. Since when he was in class 12 and just he was coming to college, I have met him in a hackathon itself. And from there itself, I had known him, his interest in cybersecurity, the depths of understanding that he have, considering and truly to be a phenomenal guy who is a cybersecurity expert, and other rather I would say someone who is working with currently with the Kolkata Police Cybersecurity STF. He has been working there for the last 2 years around. Apart from that, he has been part of the Bhubaneswar Police as well, looking into cybersecurity, helping them out. Andhra Pradesh Police, he has gone to various places in Delhi, in other places as well for conferences related to cybersecurity. So probably he is the most right guy whom we can look up for inspiration to enhance our skills, to know the crux and hooks of how things are in the cybersecurity and how one can get into this field. So yeah, we are very much privileged to have Anurag with us today. So without further ado, I should let Anurag start with our today's session. Let's start. Okay, Anurag, you can take the stage.
Yeah, thank you, Sagnik, for having me here. It's a great opportunity for me as well to guide the fellow students for this Hello World Hacks Hackathon. Okay, I would like to mentor them for the upcoming hackathon that is gonna be month long, I guess, right?
Yes,
If I'm
yes,
not sure.
yes.
Yeah. So yeah. So the thing is now everyone is facing cyber crime in a day or the other, right? Like we
Correct.
see everyone is having a cyber crime problem day or the other. Like I receive almost 2 to 3 calls per day regarding like I am facing this issue in cybercrime, I am facing this digital arrest fraud and each and everything. So it is a very much barrier for the users like the common citizen also, as well as for the law enforcement agencies to investigate the cyber crimes that are happening and that are happening in an advanced technique. So we need some solutions to
Correct.
make that cyber crime lower down. Okay, or we need to investigate those type of crimes. So what we need to do to investigate those kind of crimes, we need some solutions in form of software. Okay, what we say, it may be tools, right? So in this hackathon, I would love to see students working on real life problems that are there, like if they would like build some solution for the current major cybercrime issue that is the nation is facing, that is we all know the digital arrest fraud. Okay, the digital arrest fraud or digital arrest scam that is going on in a larger scale, and it is affecting people in a very bad way, and people are getting a huge financial loss from this scam. So what we can do, we can the students can brainstorm some ideas how to stop this crime from happening, or else they can build a software or an application which which can predict if a call coming from a scammer or not, or it is a legitimate call. So what we can do is we can lower down these crime numbers, the cybercrime cases. Okay, so throughout the world, throughout the nation, as we can see, the cybercrime is increasing day by day. So we need such solutions. We need like such solutions to come up from all of you who all are participating in this hackathon. I strongly recommend you to think on real life problems that are there, real life crimes that are happening. How that, how can you stop those crimes? How can you build a software where that crime can be stopped easily? Or how can you build a software from where you can easily identify the criminals who are involved in these crimes? Okay, so we can build some solution based on it. We can, you can then build a solution. If it's too much good and it is too much suitable, then you can go ahead and pitch the law enforcement agencies throughout the nations. So they will also be benefited from it, from the solution. They will also love to adopt this solution as their own tool or software. Okay, so we can do this, right? And what else you can do is like you can work on more problem statements that I have. I can share you some problem statements that you all can work on, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely you can.
yeah, I am sharing you some problem statement that is from my side. You can work on, like you can build a 1930, that is our national cybercrime helpline number. That is 1930. You can build a 1930 helpline improvement system. Okay, you can implement AI into it. Like if a crime is launched, then when investigation officer is assigned to that specific crime case, okay, it will automatically analyze the crime that has happened. It will say which are the sections that are involved in as per the law, and it can analyze the whole case and it can assign those specific sections as well. Okay, so this is the first thing. Then the second thing, that is the woman and the every female citizens are mostly facing the cybercrime, that is the deep fake. Okay, now everyone is
Correct.
creating a deep fake, okay, and circulating it through social media such as Instagram reels, Facebook videos. And those deep fake or deep nude videos and pictures are creating a very bad impact or impression for that specific identity, right? So you can create something like deepfake detection system, where if a video or a photo is uploaded, it can say the video is this much percentage, it contains deepfake, or the amount, this percentage, it is like the photo is deepfake. Okay, so what we can do, like we can stop the crimes in this way with these simple solutions, which is benefiting the citizens as well as the law enforcement agencies. Okay, you are working for the nation indirectly. Then what we can do, you can like now what we see, like every illegal illicit activities happening or taking place is linked with the dark web. Okay, So what you can do is you can build a dark web monitoring system which will be notifying the law enforcement agencies instantly when illicit activity or an illegal activity is going on in a particular area or a particular state. Okay, it will identify the IP address. Okay, it will be, you can create a solution in that way. It will be identifying the IP address and notifying the law enforcement agencies. Okay, so it can create a huge impact, huge impact in nowadays, right? So like these crimes are happening in a large scale and in more and more advanced techniques. So once this happens, then it will be creating a huge impact. Okay, and the another things that or the solutions that can be built are like you can build a cryptocurrency flow investigation tool. Now what this cryptocurrency flow investigation tool will do, suppose a amount or a money got scammed in INR. Okay, after INR, what these fraudsters or scammers do basically, they send this amount in crypto. Okay, they make it complex. Why they make it complex? They make it complex because it will take time to trace it out, it will take time to recover, and each and everything involved in it. Okay, so what they do, they take the money from the cyber victim in INR and they invest it in cryptocurrency. And once they invest it in cryptocurrency, they transfers the amount from one wallet to another wallet. Okay, so it, in this way the wallet chains become a long, like a history like thing, right? Which is very impossible to trace, like you'll have to go on after wallets and after wallets. Okay, and at last you can find out that this is the correct exchange wallet. So what we need is we need that particular exchange wallet to trace that illegal people who are behind this or the criminal who are included in this crime. Okay, so you can build such solutions which will be benefited, okay, for the nation or for the law enforcement agencies and for the citizens, of course, because the amount they are losing every day is huge and huge number. I saw such case where a single person, an old man, got scammed around 60 lakhs, and single old man. Okay, so it's really a huge number, I guess, right? It's
And it's
really a
really
huge
painful, to
number.
be honest.
That was his whole life saving that he lost in the hands of the cyber criminals. Okay, so like this, if we are doing such solution, if we are building such solutions where we are able to help this cyber like victims who are old senior citizens, like the children, the uh, normal citizens who are included, like it will be really a great impact, okay, for the
And
society.
maybe people can then connect to you as well to get their
Yeah,
ideas
yeah,
refined
of course,
and
sure,
maybe take it to the level.
I'll be ready to help them out if they are building any of these solutions or if they need my guidance to build it in a larger scale or something. I'll be ready to help them. Okay, I'll be available through any mode of contact. You can
Uh,
share through yourself,
Definitely,
okay, to
definitely.
them. I'll be connecting with them. So yeah, that was it. Like you can build these solutions which can be benefited from in a larger scale. So cybercrime is now, what we are seeing currently is not the cybercrime actually, Sagnik. Actually,
Okay.
the cybercrime that we are seeing or happening right now is not the cybercrime that is started. This is what we call the financial terrorism that is happening through
Okay,
cyber.
got the point.
Okay, because if cyber crime is happening, it will be happening in the coming AI era. It will be happening very soon. It's not started yet. It will be started. If people are losing this amount in this era, then you can think of the future. What will be the loss in the
Yeah.
future, right?
It's
When
currently
the
what the organizations are facing, big organizations, but individual level, it's
yeah,
none of that
no, no,
comparison, right?
concern, yeah. So big organizations are facing ransomware attacks, right, daily.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like very bad thing that are happening right now. So yeah, I wish like the participants of this particular hackathon will be coming up with such ideas or such solutions which can be very much benefit the nation, the citizens of India, or the law enforcement agencies in tracking or tracing down the cyber criminals who are behind these activities. So
Okay,
yeah,
so
that's
we
it.
got a kind of like a question, and that
Yeah,
probably we'll
sure,
be covering
sure,
right now.
sure,
That
sure.
how someone would be starting their journey in cybersecurity, whether they are in first year or second year. What is the pathway to do it?
Yeah,
Because you have been
sure.
doing it from a smaller age, your interest is
Smaller.
something
I
another
am
level, but
I am
someone is
into
trying.
this domain since my class 9
Yes,
when COVID started. Okay.
understood.
So yeah, I'll be saying you this, like if you are wanting to start a career in cybersecurity, you'll have to start it like with the very basics, like you'll have to start with the OS, that is the Kali Linux or any Linux. Okay, you'll have to learn the basics of it. Once you ace it, you start exploring the tools that are there in the Kali Linux, that is brute force attack tool, John the Ripper. Okay, so Nmap, Wireshark, you can start with this, and then there are free websites where you can test your hand-on skills, right? So
Okay.
these websites are Try Hack Me. You can easily play some
Hmm.
CTF boxes from there, and you
Understood.
can be a part of it and gain some hands-on experience for
Okay.
beginners. Any other questions?
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much. But if someone is suppose thinking of taking or pursuing it as a job, then what should be the kind of thing that they will be looking on?
Okay, so you mean job in the private sector?
In the private sector, yeah, you can take
Okay,
that at first.
so if they are wanting to pursue it for the private sector, so they will have to do the pen testing, that we call the penetration testing. Okay, so you'll have to ace the Nmap, Bob suit. You'll have to use it. You'll have to ace it. You'll have to ace these tools if you are wanting to looking at as a private sector. Because in private sector, what you'll have to do is you'll have to do the vulnerability testing of the website, web
Okay.
apps, and
Hmm.
everything.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Okay, so that's on the private sector. And since you have been working closely with the government, so how the thing is in the government, how they take people, are there regular recruitments or something, or it's like picking up the hand-picked best people like just you are. You have been picked from an probably a police hackathon was there. You came as a first, if I am not wrong, and from there
Yeah.
you are picked up. So
Yeah.
how was the thing, or how the things will be going?
Yeah, so basically now government and the law enforcement agencies are focusing on the young youth mind as like us to take in as an intern. Like very recently I4C, that is the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, they have been recruiting interns. Okay, now today I was scrolling my Instagram feed, I follow the Indian Army page, so I saw Indian Army is also recruiting interns in the domain of cybersecurity, AI, and Like this, all the government agencies, MAITI, even MAITI is also recruiting interns. Okay,
Okay.
so you like now you have a lot of chance to get exposure from this government organization. So I would recommend to take up these chances. Okay, work with them, because once you work with the government agencies, you will be working on real life cases. Okay,
Right.
and the experience will be really great, really great, and that experience you will never ever get from anywhere else. Okay, that experience can
Mm.
only be gained from the government agencies or the law enforcement agencies.
True, I
That's it.
agree.
Yeah,
So there have been a thing like there are various certifications for cybersecurity courses. That there is also a thing that if we don't do the certifications, we'll be not getting jobs or companies will be not taking. So what's the actual scenario in that?
I am like, I myself don't have a proper certified ethical hacker certificate also. Okay, but still I am working with all the law enforcement agencies. Okay,
Correct.
I work with them. So like that's a myth basically. What you need is basically you'll have to have the skill set. That's what's matter in this. You'll have to have a technical sound mind. You'll have to have a technical good approach, how you can approach a crime that has happened, how you can approach the situation. So you'll have to have it. No certificate, if you don't have certification, you'll be not getting to work, or you will be not getting some job. That's a myth, I believe. That's a myth, complete myth.
Okay, okay, got your point. So,
Yeah.
how have you developed yourself that technical mindset, like skill set? You said that it's penetration testing and all and that stuff. So that is one point. So how one will be learning? So are there ample YouTube videos, or you need to dug up yourself, or what should be that pathway? That if I am at a zero level today, I don't have any idea. So I can just Google. I have Wikipedia. I have Google. I have ChatGPT. Those access are there, but it is something definitely beyond ChatGPT. Otherwise, everybody would have been a cybersecurity expert by today. But people are not. So since it comes in that gray area part where people are playing, because it's not like random web or AI/ML that you can learn from YouTube videos. So how to reach to that level, or maybe to the top 1% that you belong?
Okay. So if you want to be that really top 1%, you'll have to participate in hackathons like that, these kind of hackathons that are happening. Okay, first thing. Second thing, you'll have to go through the websites that I mentioned, that is Try Hack Me, then there is Hack the Box, then there is Bhalnab. You'll have to practice all the machines that are there in the easy, medium, hard, very hard category. You'll have to ace these machines. Then you can be really that top 1%. After that, you'll have to reach out to law enforcement agencies that I want to do an internship on this domain, and I know this and these things from this domain. I know digital forensics, I know OSINT, I know this and these things. I really want to be a part of the intern. Okay, so yeah, like this, they can be that top 1% as like.
Okay, so that comes from the job, that point means government sector. So now, if I go for the private sector, there is a question mark like that people are taken for web development, for app. Now, cybersecurity or DevOps, this kind of things are something that people put it back, but currently the rise is growing as we know. So, what upcoming trends are you seeing in cybersecurity that can happen, or and how is the job market if I consider the private sector?
Okay, so I believe as long as we have technology in our hand, cybersecurity will be till then. Okay, cybersecurity will be till then, as long as we have a technology in our hand. May it be a digital watch also,
Hmm.
may
Hmm.
it be a digital watch also. Okay, so cybersecurity has no end until and unless we have an end in the digital world, and I believe this digital world is not ending. Okay,
Yeah.
rather it is taking it in a larger scale day by day. In the near future it will be like a huge place. Okay, and in the private sector also, they are also evolving, they are also working on new technologies such as SOC. Okay, so in this private sectors are working on this SOC, and they are making this SOC, and the government has made this mandatory. Now each and every company should have a SOC and a CISO, Chief
Okay.
Information Security Officer.
Okay.
This is mandatory by government. So now you can believe, like, it's a vital part. It plays a vital important part in this area.
Okay, so as you are telling before as well, the booming of the AI. So how is cybersecurity and AI? What are the things that maybe AI can have a potential threat to cybersecurity? And before that, I would just like you to answer one question that we have got, that if someone faces a digital arrest, what they can do. So you just answer and then maybe you can go to that one.
Yeah. So if someone faces a digital arrest fraud, what they can do instantly is they can lodge their complaint within the 24-hour golden hour period. We have a 24 hours of golden hour period. Within that way, as soon as you get to know that you are being scammed, you are being defrauded, you'll have to go to cybercrime.gov.in and lodge a financial crime complaint there. And as you lodge that complaint, after that you'll have to visit your nearest PS, and with that acknowledgement number you'll have to lodge a GD.
Yeah,
Okay,
lodge a GD to a police station.
you can
Okay.
also call for the same at 1930 National Cybercrime Helpline number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, then moving on to how AI will be
Yeah.
making more
So
threat to the internet.
as you can see, one person has asked this question, as you said, the digital arrest fraud. This digital arrest fraud is also happening with this AI. A
Okay.
person, this criminal, dresses up with the help of the AI in a police uniform, Mumbai police. They,
AI filters.
yeah, AI filters, they use this AI thing, they clone the or exact IPS officer's voice also, deep clone
Okay.
this
Okay.
AI voice. And in this way, like, AI is a huge threat to this cybersecurity.
Okay. Got the point. Got the point. Then how, like for example, as we have seen the Ghibli trend, there have been so much issues with people regarding the security and the data, because everything we have been putting all will be to some point will be used for the test and training purposes. So if I see from the cybersecurity point of view, the in today's world, whatever data we put out to there, so what precautions maybe we would be taking, so that, so like you also have an Instagram profile, you also scroll your feed, your data is also publicly available, but still as a cybersecurity expert, what things you take, or maybe you will ask others to take precautions on, so that their data might not be misused, for example in case of deep fake or something that we are seeing.
I would recommend one thing, that is, you should always be having two email IDs. One will be used everywhere, every subscriptions, every apps you log in, and another will be only used for your social media accounts and your business or official purpose works only. Then what happens when there is a data breach happens, then the data breach will happen to that bad email ID that is used everywhere. Okay,
Hmm.
and your good email ID is not affected. Your personal PII data, your personal information are not getting affected to this. So yeah,
Okay.
I would
Okay.
recommend this.
Yeah, got your point. Because last time when you had a session, probably you had shown
Yeah,
some data breaches, and I
yeah.
could just see last day status itself that you had shown Pakistan government's various data breaches. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
something
So
very
yeah.
much common that we get to see. Okay, so if someone wants to participate in hackathons in primarily in cybersecurity, where we can find them? Is there any specific site or something or like that?
Yeah, you can like find them through the Unstop. Okay, there are platforms like numerous platforms like Unstop and many more platforms like the IIT is also organizing hackathons in a regular basis right now on cybersecurity. Recently, IIT Kanpur had organized one few
Okay,
months back.
okay.
Yeah,
And governments also organize
governments
from.
are also continuously organizing cybersecurity hackathons. That's
Okay,
a
so
really great opportunity for.
that definitely would be a great opportunity when someone is interested to it. Okay, so if, for example, if I am trying to make something a project, okay, for in a hackathon related to one those things that you said, I got the point of view. But apart from that, if I am trying to maybe build a tool using some cybersecurity things, for example, web we know these are the tech stack. For app we know these are the tech stack. For cybersecurity, is that any kind of thing like that? Something if I say.
Cybersecurity is not bound to any such tech stack. You
Mm,
can use any kind of tech stack to build a solution. You can use any tech stack to build a software out of it.
mm, mm.
So
So
it's
yes,
not bound to
it's
like
the
you have to
overall
build.
wrapper.
Yeah,
It's the
it
overall
can be
wrapper which.
web, it can be app, it can be anything.
Okay, okay, got the point. Okay, so okay, one thing that just you
Yeah,
previously said, like that having that Kali Linux and knowing the OS. So how much is that thing important? Means what crucial role it plays?
yeah. So knowing Kali Linux in depth and knowing the Linux or the OS in depth plays a very important role. Very important role. You'll have to use it thoroughly. Okay, you'll have to go through them. You'll have to use it on a regular basis. Okay, because if you are a cybersecurity expert, you'll have to open that Kali Linux twice or for for the fourth or five times a day. Okay, if you are working throughout the day. So yeah, Kali Linux plays a vital role in this cybersecurity domain. Very vital.
Okay, so is like cybersecurity. If I say so, for example, which subjects, as we read in computer science, if someone is trying to pursue cybersecurity, OS is something that you have said that you need to have a in-depth knowledge. Apart from that, will database be another one, or DSA be something, or which other things like apart
Yeah.
from what you said will be needing?
So they can study on like malware analysis. Okay, then they
Okay.
can, I am saying the emerging things like
Hmm, hmm.
polymorphic malware. Okay, that are evolving right now. We see the rat, the Pegasus, that was very much viral throughout the
Yes.
news. That was a polymorphic malware. Okay, so
Kinds of
then should know,
there.
yeah, they should pursue this because they can analyze these malwares, like where is the IP is coming from. Okay, so the next domain they can focus on is OSINT. The
Okay.
third one is they can focus on digital forensics and incident response. If a crime happens, you will be the first one to clear up that place, and also incident response, how you can respond to that crime. Okay,
Okay.
so these are the
Okay.
areas they should focus on, I believe.
Okay, got the point. Now coming to dark web. Dark web is something that from cybersecurity experts to those using it into it fully.
Yeah,
So you being part of the various government agencies, you have definitely visited, you have known the crux of it, you have seen it. So till the point that you will be able to say it publicly. Just can you explain that what kind of things, or maybe if I today download an Onion or a Tor browser and today I try to log in, what things or effects can I get, and I can have issues with my laptop, and what as a cybersecurity expert when you enter, what things you see and how you still come out of it safely. Because people have that thing that okay, we'll download a Tor and we'll get and
we'll
see a lot
explore
of
the
things.
dark web.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically what you can find the dark, yeah, first of all we need to understand why the dark web was created. Dark web was created by the FBI. Okay, so they created it a place where they can conversate with each others or on basis of the operations, okay, the covered operations that they take place for that. But later on what happened, that is misused by the criminals and they are misusing it like hell. Like they are doing lots of, they are selling drugs, they are selling guns, they are doing each and everything possible in like as a cyber criminal. So yeah, that is a sneak peek of the dark web, you can say, basically.
Okay. Okay. So whenever you visit, how you come out of it, or what things we get to see, if you just can go a little bit depth, maybe.
Yeah, so if you are visiting a dark web, there are some precautions that you should take. Okay, you should never do the browser screen in the whole full screen mode. That is the first thing you should keep in mind. Okay,
Okay.
because
Okay.
there are numerous number of malicious scripts that are running in the background that can affect your computer.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
second thing, if you are looking at an website which is looking very suspicious or very uh, creepy or something, you shouldn't visit that. You should avoid that. Avoid that. Okay, you never know, that might be running a malicious script which can be affected your computer
Correct.
also. So I believe these are the precautions that can be taken while if you are
Okay.
exploring.
Okay, so you have been in hackathons, you have seen people winning, you have been part of many of the organizing teams. So, from that point of view, if I ask that, when someone is in a hackathon, considering the cybersecurity or something, if you are in a cybersecurity hackathon itself, what should be like the points? Like, for example, in normal hackathons we have got some case scenarios that, okay, if we make this type of things, we kind of can win or maybe come in the top. So if in that, if is that's a cybersecurity hackathon, so what should be the point that one should keep in mind while trying to make a solution?
So the first thing that they should keep in mind is they must work on real life problems, real life cases, real life crimes that are happening right now. And the solution that they are building, how the stakeholders such as government, law enforcement agencies will be benefited from that specific solution. They should keep this in mind. Okay, so they can turn that project into a startup as well in the near future. Actually, so yeah,
Correct.
that's it.
Okay, so if I next come to suppose, for example, the data that's been taken from various IoT devices around our home and all. So all this data, those they have been HIPAA compliant and all. Still, how is that cybersecurity part handled? Means how a company handles those part. Do you have any idea regarding that?
OT security, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, in that security domain, what the companies do, they keep the data in a place, okay, in a isolated area. Like the if you are making it a smart home, okay, suppose it's a smart home, you made it through OT and everything, and when you are turning on the lights, it can be a threat to your house as well. If someone illegal is controlling, they can turn on the AC. Okay, and in that way they can create a huge power consumption in an area. They can turn on anyone's AC in the area, and turning on all the ACs of an area can create a huge power consumption in the meter box. That can be an explosive as well. So
Correct.
when it explodes, it can be a huge blast. So yeah, so these are the things that the criminals are focusing on currently.
Okay. Okay.
So
Got the point.
yeah.
Okay. So you have been working in India. You have seen the international norms as well. So how is India's cybersecurity norms compared to international norms different or better, or could be made better, or how we should as citizens should be looking upon, or maybe trying to make the things so that things could get better.
First of all, what we should do is we should keep in mind the few things. That is, we should avoid interacting unknown people on internet very easily, befriending them very easily, trusting them very easily, downloading any APK files. Okay,
Understood.
send.
Without Play Store,
Yeah,
from this.
without Play Store, without authentic sources. Okay, you shouldn't download any APK files. Okay, that can be a huge threat for your mobile phone. Okay, so yeah, in this ways we should keep in mind. These are the things.
Okay. So now if I come to, for example, startups, they literally have very much limited budgets. They focus more on the development, they focus more on the product, and something that is not properly looked upon is cybersecurity. That's something we see. So maybe one advice to those startups or those people who are thinking to make startups, that how with the minimum cost or involvement they could still maintain those basic laws and could make fix the things.
So if someone is wanting to start a startup, so what they can do, the government has some grants, okay, that we call as MSME grants, startup fund. So
Okay,
they
okay.
can apply for those kind of funds, they can apply for those kind of opportunities. So from there they can start and build a startup in a very budding stage. They can start off their ideas and into a prototype basically.
Acha, acha. Okay, okay. Got your point. If I have to say. Okay, so now maybe one personal question to you. If there is one thing that you want to change in cybersecurity, what would be it?
Yeah, so if there is one thing that I want to change in this cyber security is, I want the government to be more working on this field and this domain as government is working. So there can be an one change that can be brought, that is, whenever we are facing a cyber crime, okay, through any devices, there can be a software or there can be an indicator built in which can indicate if this if a crime is going to happen or not, a predicting thing. So it can change a lot, it can predict and it can change a lot in this area of
Okay,
security.
okay. Acha, we got a question that since nowadays there are many rumors that by accepting a single call, they are directly accessing your phone storage and screen. So how it works? Just by a simple phone call or like that, or is it actually possible?
Let me clarify this. Now the thing is, these things are half cooked story, okay.
Okay.
They had it something else, these things happen in something else way. Like very recently you must be heard of a case, Bangalore case.
Hmm.
Techie guy, engineer guy, his phone was hacked and he lost 2 crores just
Hmm,
by
hmm, hmm.
downloading an image from WhatsApp,
Correct.
right?
I have heard that.
So that is not like that. It is not a magic that you will just download the image and your bank account is empty. Okay.
Hmm.
So there must be a thing that you don't know, or you must be knowingly accepting it. Okay. So that is these APK files nowadays, there can be hidden in JPG format. Okay, you will be sending the file as an image, but it is hidden. The APK file is hidden in it. This method we call is steganography. The method we call it steganography. So
Okay.
in this way, this happens.
Yeah. This is like a piece of cake that was missing to the
Yeah,
point
piece
for
of
the
cake that
attacking
was
person.
missing. Yeah, we heard it like just he downloaded the image and 2 crores vanished away from his bank account. Now we are also tense. Now when the investigation happened and we got to know further, we saw that this is the actual case that had happened with him.
Yeah, got the point. Okay, something that I would like to ask because currently I have been working over there is that the DevOps part or whenever we deploy something on the cloud. So obviously in Azure, whether it's in Azure or in AWS, there are network security groups and all. So securing that also, does this comes under the software development part, or it comes under the cyber security part, or if I am doing it myself, what things should I be looking upon when I am deploying onto cloud so that my data and all every database or everything is secure?
Okay. So there is a new technique or new method that is being practiced nowadays that we call is secure coding method, secure
Okay.
coding practice. Okay. That a developer should keep in mind while they are building the web app or website, whatever you say. Okay. So they should keep this technique in mind. They should build it more consciously. They should test it on their own if there's any logging authentication error. Okay. If there's a cross-site scripting, okay, happening. So they should keep these things in mind.
Or the SQL injection, that type of things.
Yeah, SQL XSS.
Yeah, correct,
Yeah.
correct. Okay, so Mohok has been asking to tell him his name as well, and he has asked us how to encode malware in an image using stenography.
So if
Sorry, steganography. My bad, my bad.
steganography,
Uh,
actually, if we are embedding a APK file in a image or a JPG file, how they send it is like they build the APK file using a binder, APK
hmm.
binding tool. Okay. Once the APK is built, what they do is they send it as image file name dot apk dot jpg. There are two extensions, but it is
Okay.
acting as image, and the auto download feature is turned on. So I found
Hmm.
this while I was investigating a case. They are doing it in this method
Okay, but
actually.
will it still not ask for something permission that is going to download or something?
His auto download thing was
Acha.
already turned on. That's why we are circulating or we are making people aware that your WhatsApp auto download feature
Hmm.
should be
Hmm.
turned off. Okay,
Yes, I
should
have
be,
seen those
yeah,
things. Yes, I have
should
seen
be
those
turned
alerts.
off. It should be turned off. Yeah.
Got the point. Okay, Mohawk has been interested. He's asking Pegasus ka source code reveal when. Yeah, maybe Anurag knows the things Anurag can do, but not publicly. Definitely.
Some things are meant to be in private. Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah.
because this is something
Not
that I
everything we
have
can show in public, right? Yeah.
correct. Because things, lots of things have been going on currently. The
Yeah.
things that are happening in Pahalgam as well, the reason we have been also a little off, we have abandoned
Yeah.
sessions or something because we have been thoroughly disturbed regarding that, so we thought, okay, let's take a day off and not to just to maybe for their peace, because the thing is happened, but we know that at the back cybersecurity people have been working, other everyone has been working, everyone in India has been working together to take a stand, to make a
Yeah.
point. So we know very
we
well that
we face like this cyber attacks in each and every events and everything that happens, like during the Ram Mandir Ayodhya
mm, mm,
inauguration, there were more than 2 lakhs attacks, DDoS attack per minute that were taking place, and we were a part of the cyber volunteer team who stopped those attacks basically, and the
that's
website was cancelled.
to the entire Indian security team, cyber security team that's been working. Because it's the truth that we don't easily get to interact with everyone. Neither you have got the scope to say the things. So it's always in that gray area where you know that you have done a lot. We also know that people are doing a lot, but still
Yeah.
we just
But
couldn't
some things
do
you
the.
can't say, right? You can't make it public or something.
Definitely, definitely. So that's the pride that we hold to all our Indian people that have been working in various sectors. Okay. So Anurag, anything more from your side, or should we call this
No,
session
I would love to see good projects that are will be built for the real life problems. I am saying it again and again because it will be really impactful and really helpful for everyone, for the citizens as well as the government agencies and the law enforcement agencies. So yeah,
Definitely,
that's it from my
definitely.
side. Sagnik,
Yeah.
thank
Thanks a
you.
lot, Anurag, for joining with us
Thank you.
today,
Thank you.
sparing your time. It has been nice talking
Thank
to
you.
you. It always has.
Yeah, you
And
too,
definitely,
Sagnik.
hopefully, participants will be motivated by whatever you have achieved your
Yeah.
level and hope you make more prosperous life ahead. Okay, so thanks a lot, Anurag, for joining.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot,
Thank you.
everyone,
Sure.
for giving
Sure.
their time to us as well. Hope to see you in the next session again. Okay, thank you, everyone. Let me end the stream now.